All right, let's go now to Trudgeon, who is joining us live from the YMCA polling site in Marquette. Tia, I know it's pretty quiet there right now. They're not open to the public yet for, well, not about just under an hour. But, you know, today's Michigan presidential primary is one that's being watched closely nationwide for a number of reasons.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, all eyes are on Michigan today because this is the last presidential primary ahead of Super Tuesday next week. And Michigan is also a really big swing state. So if you take a look back at the 2020 election and look at the numbers there, Michigan had a pretty huge role overall in electing President Joe Biden. Looking at Joe Biden compared to President Donald Trump, Joe Biden beat out Donald Trump by 2.6% in Michigan. So people have their eyes on this election today to see who might come out on top. Donald Trump, so far in the primary elections in other states, has come out as the favorable GOP candidate. But then also talking about Michigan here today, there's a high population of Muslim Americans here in Michigan. And a lot of those folks and many Democrats in general have expressed disdain for President Biden's response to the war in Israel. So all of that will play out how voters turn up to the polls today. I'm here with Marquette County Clerk Kyle Whitney to talk about this election locally. So we see the workers coming in, getting ready, getting set up. This is serving precincts 3 and 4, or is it just 3 in Marquette here at the YMCA?
Precincts 3 and 4.
Precincts 3 and 4. So folks will be heading in 7 a.m. casting their votes. What can people expect on the ballot today? It's not just picking the president. There's a couple of local issues and millages as well.
In other parts of Marquette County, there are different millage options available, or different local options. In the city of Marquette, it's just the 2 presidential primaries. Voters should expect a system very similar to what they've seen in the past, but for the presidential primary, they are going to have to make a selection between a Democratic or a Republican ballot. They can have one of those ballots to vote, and that's it. So that's something that's unusual for people pretty often.
So that's something to keep in mind today when you're heading to the polls. And then those polls open 7 to 8 local time. If you're not registered to vote, you can still do so in person, but not online, correct?
Correct, yeah. If you're looking to vote today, you can register, but it has to be in person at your local clerk's office, so at your city or township clerk's office.
And this is the first year that Michigan has implemented early voting procedures. Just off the bat, how has that turnout been?
It was not, it wasn't insanely busy, I would say, but it's a new thing. This is kind of a lower turnout election, it seems like, in general, but across the county, I think they had 500 plus. In the city, we had 107 people vote across 9 days, which is, you know, not a tiny percentage of our voters for this election.
Well, Kyle, I'm going to leave it on that note. I'm getting the wrap-up signal. You can check back in with me in about 30 minutes. We will go into more detail about early voting, absentee voting here in Marquette County in about 30 minutes, ladies.
All right, we will check back in with you in our next half hour. Thank you so much.